Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to generate quizzes using AI. With the advancement of AI, the quizzes as an option for assessment is no longer valid. In fact, uh, quizzes are more like primarily for self-assessment for students and training materials. Hence, the need for more quizzes has increased quite a bit, and that's one of the reasons I'm creating this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can formulate AI prompt and then generate the quiz and then input it into learning management systems such as Canvas. So it is actually a quite simple process. I'm going to be showing some frameworks and examples. And the framework that I recommend in terms of generating a prompt is CLE, context, request, and example. And it sounds very fancy, but it is, again, it's very logical and simple. So I have created a video of, let me just go ahead and maximize that. It's a video of how to come up with a CLE framework prompt. So let me just quickly show you the video.
Getting what you actually want from an AI. I mean, it's such a powerful tool, but sometimes it really feels like we're speaking two completely different languages. Well, today we're going to fix that. Right? You've totally been there. You ask the AI for something specific.
Anyway, I'm going to add a link to this video in the video that I'm creating right now. So I strongly recommend you to watch the video. It's just a few minutes long video, and it'll give you a very solid idea how the CLE framework works. However, here I made it even easier for you, and I have actual example, and then you can essentially copy and paste, and then edit certain things to customize it. So here's an example. So here's a context part. The CLE context here is that you basically provide why are you doing this, and who are the audience, and what will be the outcomes, and all that kind of background information. That's basically contextualizing your intention. So basically, you're saying that you provide a role to the AI. So you are the instructor, and here is a course description. You can just simply copy and paste from the syllabus you already have. And here again, you have a list of learning outcomes for the course. Put it in there, simple copy and paste. And then if you really want to, if you have modular level learning outcomes or description, go ahead and put it in there. More context will give you AI much more precise way to produce the quizzes that you want. Okay, so this is pretty much the only area that you're going to be customizing. And then the request part, just tell them what they want, what you want. So create 50 unique multiple choice questions, or true and false, and that sort of kind of things. And then here you give specific direction of how it is formatted. The key thing is like the questions are numbered, and the possible answers are in alphabetic order, lowercase. And then key thing here is putting an asterisk in front of the correct answer. So this is an actual example that AI can follow as a pattern. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to just copy the whole thing to demonstrate to you how easy it is. So let me just go over to my Gemini, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste it. So let me just go ahead and expand it so you can see the whole thing. And basically, you are an instructor. Here's a course description, 3 credits. Learning outcomes, and then here's a direction, what to do. I can just get rid of that part. And then also get rid of that part. So this is the example of how the correct answer is marked and so on. And then now you have the context of the quiz, like what subject and so on. And you specify what you want. Oops, yeah, you specify what you want. So 50 question, multiple choice. And then here's an example of how the outcome will look like. Okay, so let me go ahead and run it. It may take a few seconds and maybe a little longer, depends on how busy the LLM model is for the moment. And it may take maybe a little bit longer than you expected, but again, I'm using my free account, and it took about 10 seconds, and it's keep generating. So altogether, it may take about 30 seconds. Again, it depends on network availability and the server and so on. So you may notice that, hey, wait a minute, the answers are not in individual line. They are not truncated. You don't need to worry about it, because when you actually download it or copy it, it keeps the markup. So one thing that you need to pay attention is that I do not want you to actually select and right click or Control C and that sort of kind of things. Do not do that, because that sometimes loses the markup, the formatting. So instead, go ahead and use the tool they provided here. So go ahead and click on the copy button here, and then you can see it is copied. Then in the instruction page, I provided a link to the converter. So basically, we need to convert the quiz questions into something called QTI zip file. That is the file format that Canvas, our learning management system, wants it. So here's a link. So you can click on the QTI conversion form, and that is right here. So this is a New York Institute of Technology. Thank you very much for their service. And then here's some examples and explanations. It talks about converting to Canvas QTI files, and here are some examples. Again, if you want to, you can just copy and paste this into your prompt. So it's a multiple answer. We had created multiple choice, but if you want multiple answer, that's the format. And fill in the blank. So they even have a more examples that you can utilize. But for now, I am interested in using this converter tool. So let me see assessment. So let me just go ahead and choose. Let's see, sample quiz 1. And then points for question. I can just pick any number. You can change that once you import the question, the quiz into Canvas. You can change that. And then here is where you paste it. So I'm going to right click and then paste. There you go. As you can see, the truncation between lines is there. So that's what we want. So I would double check, especially at the top and the bottom, that there is no extra content like a type of questions or introduction to the quiz and that kind of thing. So anything but the possible answers and the question. No additional instruction or anything like that. Just get rid of that if you have that. My experience with Gemini, it didn't not add, especially with that prompt that I'm using. So there's no extra after the quiz questions and so on. All right, so then let's go ahead and click on this green button, checking for syntax error. So if you had any kind of extra stuff, then it'll give you kind of a indication of what to be edited and so on. So no error found, so that's a good. So then I'm going to just go ahead and click on this red button, convert to Canvas QTI file. So, and then go ahead and click it. And as you can see, it's got downloaded. And let me see. So I have the QTI sample quiz 1 file created there, right there. So that's good. And now all I have to do is just go to the Canvas. So I just go to one of my courses that I want to import the quiz questions into. And then I click on the settings at the bottom. And then on the right column, I see import course content button here. And then select the content type. Of course, I'm going to scroll down and find the QTI zip file. And then I'm going to just drag and drop. Here is the zip file that was created from the form. And select a question bank. So if you had a question bank already created, you can select it, but I'm going to just select a create new question bank. And that's it. You don't need to check anything else. And then, but just go ahead and click on add import queue. So it may take a few seconds. So it's processing. And then it's completed. So I'm going to go to, so I'm going to take a look at the quiz that just got imported. And here it is, simple quiz 1. Go ahead and click that. And it's imported into Canvas as a old format, quiz format, not the new quiz format that was launched a couple of years ago. And so you can just go ahead and click on edit and go to the questions. So you can, I don't think you can see the answer list because it's got more than 25 questions. And but if you want, you can go ahead and click on edit, and then you can see the details of that. And so let me just go back out, go into sample quiz 1, and then go ahead and edit. So essentially you are done, but if you want to make it even more comprehensive, you can just go to the questions section here and then create groups of questions. So if you give like a multiple chance to retake this quiz, and you don't want to give the same questions again and again, you can randomize the questions by creating question groups from at the bottom. So here, I'm going to click on New Question Group. And here's one tip, a pro tip that I can share. So I'm going to start the order from the bottom. So group 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 in that order. And then I'm going to put, let's say, I'm going to pick one question, 1 point per question. And then I have a group 5, but there's no quiz question in it. So I'm going to just click on the grabber and then just drag and drop. So I can just drag and drop. Let's see. I'm going to put 5 questions, and it's going to randomize each time the students take the quiz. It's going to randomize and pick one of 5. So there you can make sure that students don't necessarily get the same questions, and therefore they may compromise the integrity of the quiz. So then I'm going to just go to the next time again, add new question group. And here, following my pro tip, I just go the number in ascending order. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, 1 question, 1 points group. Okay, then I'm going to just bring it up here and then just keep dropping, drag and drop. Again, equal number of questions to select from. And that's basically it. And then you can just finish the rest of the quiz questions if you choose to. You don't have to.